Yeah, everyone please focus, guys. Everyone please focus. Right. How many approaches are there to develop Spring Security application? Can you respond, guys? Total, how many ways are there to develop Spring Security application? 4 ways are there, right? Using XML driven configuration, using XML plus annotation driven configuration, first option. Using 100% code driven configuration, lastly, using Spring Boot. Using what? Spring Boot, guys. Come on. Yeah, this is good in Spring applications. This is good in Spring Boot applications. Okay, now listen carefully. Spring Security using XML plus annotation driven configuration. Next diagram is very, very important, Rabab. Okay. Array, in XML Spring Bean configuration file, we import context namespace. Sometimes we import JDBC namespace, Beans namespace. Come on, different namespaces we have imported now. Similarly, we try to import security namespace. Once the IOC container notices that we have imported security namespace, that we have imported what? Security namespace in Spring Bean configuration file, the IOC container generates authentication manager, certain special filters according to the instructions that are given in Spring Bean configuration file. According to the instructions that are given in Spring Bean configuration file. Check it out, guys. Once we import security namespace to Spring Bean configuration file, the Spring application generates multiple servlet filters as Spring Beans representing multiple services. Representing multiple services. Understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Once we import security namespace to Spring Bean configuration file, the Spring application generates multiple servlet filters as Spring Beans representing multiple services. Simply representing multiple services, guys. Come on. Right, boss. Since these servlet filters are there, as Spring Beans, they cannot trap and take the browser request. Listen, guys. Servlet filters are there in IOC container. Do you think they can take browser request? Please. Generated servlet filters, generated special services are there in what? Spring Beans in IOC container. Do you think they can take browser request? No. So what we need, guys? If you want to see them taking browser requests, tell me. We need to configure special filter in what? Web application, so that it takes all the requests from the browser and delegates to appropriate filters. And delegates to appropriate filters. Got it, guys? And simply, literally delegates to appropriate filters. Convinced with me, guys? Got the clarity, my dear? Come on. Delegates to appropriate filters. Listen. Since these servlet filters are there as Spring Beans, they cannot trap and take browser request. For that, we take one special filter called delegating filter proxy with the /star URL pattern to trap and take browser requests and to delegate them to servlet filter components of what? IOC container that are acting as Spring Beans. That are acting as Spring Beans. Look at the problem statement, guys. By seeing securities namespace, so many filters, so many authentication manager services will be automatically generated by IOC container as Spring Beans. If Servlet filter authentication manager is there as Spring Bean, do you really think they will take the request from browser? Do you really think they will take the request from the browser? I want reply, boss. That they can take the request from browser, that they can take the request from browser? Certainly not. Definitely not. But I want to see it's doing. Okay. I want to see. Okay, guys. I want to see it's happening. Then what should I do? In Servlet container, take the special filter, which is capable of trapping and taking multiple requests and passing them to appropriate components, which are acting as Spring Beans. See, guys, since these filters are there as Spring Beans, they cannot trap and take the browser request. Are you understanding my statement, guys? For that, we take one special filter called delegating filter proxy with /star URL pattern to tap and take browser request, and to delegating is nothing but passing Babu. Servlet filter components of IOC container that is acting as Spring Beans. Yeah, now listen carefully, boss. By seeing security namespace, the IOC container generates authentication manager filter, remember me filter, session timeout filter. Okay, all these things automatically. These are filters, but Spring Beans. These are filter, but Spring Beans, right? These are dynamically added Servlet filters to IOC container as Spring Beans based on various tags that are used in security namespace that is imported to Spring Bean configuration file. Tell me, guys, when Servlet components or filter components are there in Servlet container, they can take browser request. When they are there in IOC container, do you think they can take browser request, guys? No. But I want to see them taking browser request. That's why what I have done. In Servlet container, I have configured one special filter called delegating filter proxy. I have configured one special filter called delegating filter proxy with the /star URL pattern. Then what it will do, guys? Browser given request is taken by whom? Delegating filter proxy. Number one. Number two, it will delegate the request to authentication manager. This authentication manager talks with what? Authentication info provider, where username, passwords, and roles are stored. Right now, boss? Okay. Where username, passwords, and roles are stored. Guys. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Username, passwords, and roles are stored, guys. Right. Here what happened? By talking to this, it will do authentication. It will do authentication. Yeah. If successful, Rababu, it will start adding remaining other services, whatever services that are added. 5S, 6S, 7S. Then dispatcher servlet, controller class, service class, DAO class, this one. If failed, authentication is failed. Okay, 5 error. Okay, 5 error, control goes back to dispatcher servlet. Okay, from there, error response goes to browser. From there, error response goes to browser. Convinced, my dear? Got the clarity, my dear? Come on. I hope you understood this point. Little bit of Serlet's depth knowledge is required here to understand this, to enjoy this. Understand this and to enjoy this. Serlet depth knowledge is required. Yes, boss. I'm just making this content as today's content. Now listen. Okay. If Serlet or Serlet filter component wants to take a request given by the browser, then it has to be placed. It has to be placed in Serlet content. If Serlet or Serlet filter component is placed, is generated as a Spring Bean in the IOC container. As a Spring Bean in the IOC container. Then as the Spring Bean in the IOC container. Come on, guys. Come on. Are you with me? Not. Okay. Then it cannot take browser request direct. So we need to take special filter in Serlet container like delegating filter proxy to trap and take all the requests. Come on. And to delegate the request to trap and take all the requests, to delegate the request to Serlet filters of IOC container that are acting as Spring Beans. Come on, guys. I hope you convinced with my this one. By seeing security namespace, all these filters will be generated dynamically as Spring Beans. Do you think these Spring Beans can take requests from directly from browser? No, because they are there in IOC container. They are not there in Servlet container. So, but I want to see them taking requests. Then what should I do? Keep on special filter in Servlet container who takes all the request and passes to what? Other Servlet filter that are there in IOC container as Spring Bean. IOC container as Spring Bean. So what is that special filter, guys? Delegating filter proxy. So look at this, guys. I have given request boss who traps and takes this delegation filter proxy. That will delegate the request to whom, guys? Special dynamically generated filter called authentication manager filter. Anyhow, that is linked with authentication info provider performs authentication. When authentication is performed, two things, either success or failure. Either success or failure. With failure, guys, through dispatch, through the filter, error response goes to browser. Error response goes to browser. 401 or 403. If authentication fails, 401. If authorization fails, 403. Come on, guys. Okay. 401 if authentication is failed. Is failed. 403 if authorization is failed. 403 if authorization is failed, guys. You guys, cool guys. Tell me, if authentication is successful, then other filters that I requested will be applied. Remember me, session timeout, these things. Then dispatcher, servlet, controller class, service class, DAO class, request processing. Listen, these are dynamically added servlet filter to IOC container as Spring Bean based on various tags that are placed in what? Used from security namespace that is imported to Spring Bean configurations. That is seriously strictly imported to Spring Bean configurations. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Come on, are you with me? Yes, boss. Tell me, example, enable Spring Security on WishApp application using XML plus annotation driven configuration. Let's see, guys, such application is there in our workspace. If not, we'll take some other application. What is there in that? NTSP 63. I think we developed one other application of that kind. MVC. Yeah, data rendering WishApp is there now, boss. Data rendering WishApp is there, right? Yeah, welcome.jsp, show underscore result.jsp. But it is expecting what, guys? Okay, home page, wish page, contact page. Okay, I will take one more page called contact page, guys. So shall I provide one small? Okay, first let me check normal application, guys. Let me run this application first. Run on server, say next, remove all, finish. Okay. No, all finish. Okay. Get wish message. Good evening. Oh, super. Now, what is my intention? In the home page, I want to provide one more page called in the home page. Here, I want to provide one more hyperlink called contact us. When you click on this, contact us page should be executed. So shall we do coding for it, guys? So this is my welcome.jsp. This is my welcome.jsp. There, old ahref contact. Here is my contact us. Here is my contact as well. Okay, boss. ahref contact. Here is my contact. What's the problem? Why it is error, guys? Why it is error? Multiple annotations found at this line. Bold open, bold closing, anchor tag open, anchor tag closing. Right. There's no wrong now, boss. Everything is perfect. A double time. So A is not double time, Rao. A is right, perfect. Okay, fine. When you feel it's right, just ignore it. Okay, guys. Tell me. No, actually, why red color? I'm worried about red color. Code is perfect. Yeah, sometimes it happens, guys. Problem with the browser. See, there is no red color here, but here red color is shown. Yeah, tell me. Let me add contact as page, boss. Then what is there, guys? When you click on this hyperlink, dispatcher servlet hand over the request to handler map. Super, boss. After that, what next? Go to controller class. Go to controller class, my dear. Yeah, here is what? Public string show contact as page. Show contact as page. Written LVN, logical view. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay. Written contact underscore us. Right, boss. Tell me, get mapping / contact. Okay. Array, here also get mode request only, na? / get mapping. I can take / get mapping / get mapping. Super, boss. Now tell me, yeah, this logical view name goes to whom, guys? Dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet gives that one to view resolver. View resolver gives to view component. View resolver gives to view component. Got it? Okay. View resolver gives to view component. But are we ready with view component, guys? Not ready. Super, guys. So what we do, guys? We'll take a JSP file, contact underscore us dot JSP. Say next to say finish. ECL ignore is equal to false. ECL ignored is equal to false style. Color colon blue. Text hyphen align center. Contact as page, boss. What is the page? Contact as page. Contact us page, boss. Okay. What is the contact us page, guys? Bold Naresh IT. Bold Naresh IT. Be opening and close. Bold Naresh IT. Bold Naresh IT. Next. Tell me, guys. Amirpet, Italic. Amirpet, Amirpet, Hyderabad. Hyderabad. Amirpet, Hyderabad. Here is my DR, guys. ahref dot slash. Are welcome file is what, guys? Welcome file slash na dot slash. What is there? Dot slash home, guys. Have a look, boss. Have a look now. Mini project with security operations. Run on server. Say next. Say finish. Say next. Say finish. Okay. Contact us page has come. Oh my God. Get wish message page has come. See, they're perfectly there or not there. Suitable. Copy this. Okay. MVC security. Where is that? Where is the application? Somewhere where we have taken not copied up. Wish app2. Is it the right? MVC security app I want to take. This one only. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. MVC security app. app01. Wish app. 01 wish app. MVC security app 01. Perform Maven update. Yeah, right click, guys. Properties, guys. Web project settings, guys. MVC security app1 01 01. What is there, guys? Wish app. Say done. Apply. Say done. Apply. Say done. Apply. Comfortable, guys. Convince it, boss. Come on, everyone. Comfortable, guys. Convince it or not? I want reply from you people, boss. MVC security app01 wish app. Security app wish app, boss. That's the first thing. Right, boys. Let's see. Home page is mapped with slash permit all. No authentication, no authorization on it. No authentication and no authorization on it. Okay. Wish message page slash wish. Okay. Has role admin. I want to allow access to this page only for admin role people. Authentication plus authorization. Contact as page boss. Has a role agent. I want to allow only. I would like to allow only. Come on, guys. What people? Agent role people to access this page. That means authentication plus authorization. Anyhow, default authorization is there, authentication is anyhow there. Step 1. Take a copy of Vishay PP and change the context path of the project. Change it now, boss. Right, boss. Done. Next. Add the following jar files to pom.xml. Spring Security Core, Spring Security Config, Spring Security Web. These are web related, Spring Security related jar files, guys. These are Spring Security related jar files. Open pom.xml, guys. You can collect these jar files from internet or not. Spring Security is a separate module and its version is nowhere related to Spring version. mvnrepository.com. Cool, guys. Spring Security Web. Spring Security Web. Yeah, try to take something in what? Okay, what is recommended? Yes, 6 you can take, but 6 is not required. 5.6. You can take 1-2 versions upgrade. 5.6 now. Okay, you take 5.7, no problem. But don't go to 6, please. Don't go to 6. Right. Save paste. Sync Security Web, guys. Next. Sync Security Core. Spring Security Core, guys. Spring Security Core. Try to maintain same version, guys. 5.7.6. Right, boss. Wherever vulnerability is there, no vulnerability. Vulnerability means using some internet resources, we can access the jar content. So that means security issue. Security issue. Understanding my statement, guys? Vulnerability means vulnerability is a new issue, boss. Security as well. Vulnerability. Vulnerability meaning. What's the meaning? The quality or state being exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed, either physically or emotionally. Vulnerable person means he is a weak-hearted person or physically weak person. People may attack him. Right now, boss, Rahul Gandhi is a vulnerable person, right? Rahul Gandhi is a vulnerable person. What do you say, guys? Yes or no? Na? Rahul Gandhi is a vulnerable person. He is a physically weak, mentally weak, right? Okay. Modi is not a vulnerable person. Whatever you say, he will do what you want to do. He will do according to his agenda, right, boss? He will do according to your agenda. Vulnerable person, boss, vulnerable. Vulnerable, there's a possibility of attacking this. People may attack. Yeah, if any jar is having vulnerability means some classes of that jar file can be accessed through hacking process. Through hacking process. Understanding my statement, guys? What is vulnerability in jar file? Vulnerability jar. Vulnerability jars. Miscellaneous code injection because of Java or any other language using an interpreter at runtime. Performing linkage at runtime. It is possible to replace the expected jars, equivalent DLS and SOs with miscellaneous work at runtime. This is a vulnerability which combated since first release of Java using various mechanisms. That means people may change the code by accessing the code of jar file. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Command injection is also one kind of common vulnerabilities. Injection happens when application cannot properly distinguish between trusted user data and code. When injection happens, systems OS commands, it leads to command injection, but command injection vulnerability manifest in other ways too. I hope that means security issues, Raghu. Security issues, right? I hope you got the basic idea what is vulnerability. Yeah, whenever you get a new word, actually, basically Log4j is the major issue, boss. But in Log4j, with Log4j, it started a lot. Yeah. Security. Spring security config. Spring security config. 5.7.6. Five point 7.6. Five point 7.6. Super, guys. Got the point, my dear? I wish me says service. This is control. Wish me says control. Fine, one by one we will do, guys. Tell me next one. Add a delegation filter proxy configuration in web.xml using filter mapping tags having URL pattern /star. Sir, why this? Why this, Rababu? It is a special ready-made servlet filter given by Spring Security API. Look at the diagram. What is the need of this? What is the need of this? Come on. What is need of this? Look at the diagram. By seeing security namespace in Spring Bean configuration file, so many filters will be generated dynamically in IOC container as Spring Beans. Do you think they can take browser requests directly by staying in IOC container, guys? By staying in IOC container? Definitely not. Definitely not. Certainly not. Come on. Definitely not or certainly not. Come on, my dears. Definitely not or certainly not. Definitely not or certainly not. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Yeah, in that situation, we can think about working with this one or not. In that situation, okay, we need a special filter in servlet container who takes all the request and passes to this. Who takes all the request and passes to this, right, boss? And in real life also it will happen now, boss. In real life also it will happen. What is that? In your personal life also this will happen. In your area we are very strong. You can arrange all the things, but you cannot get orders from outside to do business. So then what we do, guys? Then what you do? You stay in your area, you do business in your area, you do production in your area, no doubt in that. But you will keep one consultant in the city, na? What that consultant do, guys? He will bring customers. He will bring customer, he take the order and he will delegate those orders to you. He will delegate those orders to you. Clear, my dears? He will simply delegate those orders to you. Right now, boss? Okay, now let me do this configuration. Now listen. While configuring this filter in web.xml, fixed logical name. Why, sir? Why, sir? This filter, how does it know? Okay, should go to this authentication manager only. So when filter is having fixed logical name, guys, and here also same name is given as the bean ID, same name is given as the bean ID, then the filter trapper request automatically goes to authentication manager. The filter trapper request automatically goes to authentication manager. Understanding my statement? Special ready-made special ready-made special ready-made servlet filter who takes HTTP request from browser and delegates to special filter that are generated in the IOC container as Spring Bean based on security namespace imported to Spring Bean configuration file. Spring Bean configuration file. Okay, guys. Now listen carefully. Since the dynamically generated authentication filter in the IOC container is authentication filter in the IOC container is having the bean ID, what is that? Spring security filter chain. Spring security filter chain. So we need to give same name as the logical name of servlet filter. Delegating filter proxy servlet filter. Delegating filter proxy servlet filter. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Everyone getting my point there, guys? Okay, first let me complete this job, guys. SRC main web app webinf web.xml. Filter name. Spring security filter chain. Next, filter class. org dot. What's the class name, guys? What's the class name? org dot spring framework dot web dot filter dot delegating filter proxy. Spring framework dot. Tell me. Web dot filter dot. Come on. Delegating filter proxy. Delegating filter proxy. Filter mapping, my dear. Filter name. Spring security filter chain. Next, URL pattern / URL pattern. What is there, guys? /. URL pattern is /. RL. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Are you getting my point here, boss? Come on, are you with me? Okay. Order matters, na babu. First, try to keep the filters, then try to keep the servlet. No, the red mark should go off. Yeah. Okay, guys. Now, this is a front controller configuration, bro. Okay. Special servlet filter configuration. Okay. To trap and take the request and to delegate the request. Request to Spring Beans as filters acting as Spring. Filters acting as Spring Beans. Filters acting as Spring Beans. Super. Listen. Yeah, this is right now. Spring security filter chain. Spring security filter chain. Yes, a small letter, guys. Delegating filter box. Cool, guys. Next step. Develop security-springbeans.xml file and having beans comma security namespaces and link that file with the dispatcher-servlet.x. Link that file with the dispatcher-servlet. Main file is dispatcher servlet only, dispatcher servlet XML only. But this information I want to separate, but I want to link with the dispatcher-servlet.x. This information I want to develop and link with this. Then we have to use security-beans.xml file or not. Then definitely we need to use security-beans.xml file or not. Come on, my dear super boss. Tell me here, in WebINF, I'm going to take what? Others, Spring Bean configuration file, security-beans.xml. Yes, small, that is not an issue. Super. Say next, guys. Beans, guys. Beans, guys. Security, guys. Security has come now. On safe side, we keep context also. Context is optional, boss. Finish. Super. Security namespace is coming. Context namespace is coming. But this file we should link with the dispatcher-servlet.x. Go to dispatcher-servlet.xml. Here we write import security configuration file. Import Spring security configuration file. Import resource security-beans.x. Security-beans.x. Are you understanding my statement? Okay. Yes, boss. Security-beans.xml. Linking one file with other file. Next one. Activate authentication manager linking with authentication info provider. In this example, we are taking XML file itself. In this example, we are placing security realm info. Security realm info in what is that? Security in XML file. In XML file. Security realm means what, guys? We are placing authentication provider. Acha, in this example, we are taking, okay, we are taking security-beans.xml file as the security-beans.xml file as the authentication info provide. What, guys? Authentication info provide. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Security authentication manager, security authentication provider. Array, this activates security manager. This activates. This is authentication provider. Okay, here in this XML file itself, we are placing what, guys? Username, password, and role, boss. Role can be anything of your choice. Need not to be given in uppercase. Need not to be given in uppercase, right, boss? Need not to be given in uppercase. Now listen carefully. Name Raja, password Rani, authorities admin. Name Ramesh, password Delhi, authorities agent. Name Suresh, password Hyderabad, authorities agent and admin. Okay, he is having only visitor. What is this, sir? What is this, sir? Array, actually you have to place encrypted password. When you are placing non-encrypted password, come on. When you are placing non-encrypted password, are you listening my statement, guys? You have to write this no op. Okay, no operation encoder. That means no encryption will happen. This is mandatory. Actually, we should give encoded or encrypted password. When you have decided not to give that, then go for no op password, which internally uses no op password encoder. No op password encoder, which internally uses no op password encoder. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Everyone getting my point, guys? Come on, are you with me, boss? Super, boss. Let me complete this, guys. What this line will do, no? Activates authentication manager. Activates the authentication manager. Activates the authentication manager. Go to security-beans, guys. Security is the space. Authentication manager. There, security : authentication provider. Guys, security : authentication provider. Security : security : security : user service. Am I not going good? Security : user service, right? Security : user service. User service. What's the problem? User service. Authentication provider, user service. Okay, no problem. Security : user, name Raja, password password. No auth Rani authorities role_agent. Role_agent. Super word. This is username, this is password, this is agent. Name Ramesh, password Hyderabad. Anything you can give. Okay. What is the role, guys? Admin. What is the role, guys? Admin. Okay. Name Suresh, guys. Name Delhi, guys. Authorities. Admin Kamar agent. Some names rather. Super. Name Mahesh, guys. Hyderabad, guys. Role_visitor. Any roles we can create, Raghav. Any roles we can create. Everyone getting my point? Super. Okay, red color is coming means something gone wrong. I will tell. I thought I got a authentication provider tag, but it has got a LDAP authentication provider tag. It is just authentication provider tag. Everyone getting my point? Now listen. Activates authentication manager. Yes. And it is linked with authentication info provider. Right now, XML file itself taking as authentication info provider. Right. Authentication info provider. Cool, guys. Super. This is done. Okay. Still, we have to implement this part. What is this part? On home page, allow everyone. No authentication, no authorization. On wish page, only authentication. Authentication plus authorization has a role. Admin people only should be allowed. Contact page should be allowed only for agent people. That means authentication and authorization. Everyone got it, guys? Understood my statement? Super. So when we meet in next class, we will